Hi everyone, this is Pi Academy, and today we're going to be working on the 2025 AMC10A Problem 2. So a box contains 10 pounds of a nut mix that is 50% peanuts, 20% cashews, and 30% almonds. A second nut mix containing 20% peanuts, 40% cashews, and 40% almonds is added to the box, resulting in a new nut mix that is 40% peanuts. How many pounds of cashews are now in the box? Well, seeing this question, it's a lot of information coming at us and can be quite confusing. So let's break up each piece of information and express it into mathematical terms. So let's take the first box here. First box, it says there are 10 pounds of nut mix. So let's write it, 10 pounds. 50% of it is peanuts. 50% is just 1/2. So 1/2 of 10 is 5. So there are 5 pounds of peanuts. I'll just write 5 peanuts. And 20% are cashews. Well, 20% would just be 20 over 100, which you can simplify down to 1/5. So 1/5 of 10 pounds would be 2. So there are 2 pounds of cashews, which I'm just going to write as 2 cashews. And there's also 30% of almonds. And we already know there's 10 pounds total, and these are already 7 pounds, so we could just quickly find there are 3 pounds of almonds. So this is the first box. And now it says there's a second nut mix containing these. So let's take the second box right here. This is the second box. We don't know how many pounds of nut mix are in the second box. So let's assume there are X pounds of nut mix in the second box. So that would mean if there are 20% peanuts, 20% is 1/5. 1/5 of X would be X over 5 pounds of peanuts. And 40% cashews, 40% is 40 over 100. You divide by 20 on both top and bottom, which will lead us to get 2/5. So 2/5 of X is 2X over 5. There's 2X over 5 pounds of cashews. And there's also 40% of almonds, so that's also 2X over 5 pounds of almonds. Great. Now we have listed out both the first box and the second box. And it says they're combined together to make a resulting new nut mix. And in this new nut mix, there are 40% peanuts. What does it mean that there's 40% peanuts? That means the number of peanuts to the total amount of nut mix is 40%. So we have that right here. If we take 5 peanuts plus the new X over 5 peanuts over the whole thing, that should be 40%. So let's find what that is. Well, you know the sum of these pounds is 10, and the sum of these pounds should be X, because in total there should be 10 plus X pounds in the new nut mix. So the amount of peanuts is just 5 plus X over 5. And the total amount of nut mix should be 10 plus X. And this should be 40%, and we know 40% is 2 over 5. So 2 over 5. Now let's do some cross multiplication here to simplify it. So we have 5 times 5 plus X over 5 is equal to 2 times 10 plus X. Now let's distribute. So we have 25 plus X is equal to 20 plus 2X. And let's isolate X. So we have X is equal to 5. Is that our answer? Well, we set X to be the number of pounds of nut mix in the second box. So this is 5 pounds. So that means there's actually 1 pound of peanuts, 2 pounds of cashews, and 2 pounds of almonds. And the question asks, how many pounds of cashews are now in the box? Well, originally there were 2 pounds of cashews, and now there's 2 pounds of cashews. So we just do 2 plus 2, which gives us a result of 4 pounds of cashews in the box, which is answer choice B.